question number 7. Catholics and Protestants, are they politically eager for a Sunday rest law? Are Catholics and Protestants for a Sunday rest? Well, Catholics and Protestants may have different traditions, standards, however, when it comes to Sunday rest, they can always celebrate the resurrection of Christ. Let's look to see how eager both groups are for a Sunday rest law. How eager are Catholics, Protestants? Well, September 24, 2015, the Pope urged U.S. Congress to put aside division, draw on the nation's rich history, and pursue the common good. The word common good for this chief aim of all politics. That's how they rule their kingdom. The greatest common good is that of a community which sacrifices particular interests in order to share. Very interesting. Because a little compromise never killed anyone. Wait, it was the Crusades. Look at another one, September 26, 2015. Catholics, Protestants are the eager for a Sunday law. Camise on the U.S. Senator Bob Casey, he responds to Pope Francis' message, U.S. Congress. He says the senator says the core of the Pope's message could be summed up 5 words: cooperation for the. He's taken Roman Catholic principles and made it element governing strategy. Indeed, he has, the church and state. Yes, politicians everywhere want to jump the Pope's train with its agenda to dominate the world through this fluffy, Catholic, inclusive phrase, the common good. Now, Patrick Henry, he would have said, "Give me liberty or give me death." What he would have, and they would have obliged in that. This was also prophesied by what he said. Very interesting. Here, popularity and patronage, legislators will yield to the demand for a Sunday law by the decree enforcing the institution, the papacy. In violation of the law of God, our nation will disconnect herself fully from righteousness. What will happen? Let's look at another quote. March 2018, the Commission of Bishops' Conferences, Camise, is the guarantee of the fact that at a political level, we remain the Church Europe, not churches Europe. At the Camise's Conference of Bishops. May 24, 2018, Catholic Herald writes, as Benedict XVI saw, Christian politics begins with the Sabbath. Our task is to secure it in law. And yes, we know that's your Sabbath. It's your Sunday. And you want all the world to wander to this image, the image of the true Sabbath. But woe to the man that causes such ruin that follows. God have mercy. Oh, February 20, 2019, European elections, Work-Free Sunday Alliance event at the EU Parliament, May. Interesting. The EU Parliament meets for Work-Free Sunday. Now, there's endless Sunday rest buzz internationally right now. If Christians would just open our eyes and read, we'd see the impending tyranny coming. We'd see it. March 19, 2019, John Claude. He was raised up to be Archbishop by Pope Francis on October 5, 2019. And head of the bishops' conferences, he said, what we want is a social Europe, come up in solidarity and centered on families. Europe's bishops aim to make their voices heard for the elections. Let's look at another one. June 14, 2019. Pope Francis has declared global climate emergency, warning of the dangers of global heating, and that a failure to act urgently to reduce greenhouse gases would be a brutal act of injustice toward the poor and future generations. But TheGuardian.com says, look at another quote, February 18, 2019. This is a political interview, the Sunday Alliance, the EU Parliament in Brussels. This individual says, Sunday, politician, is the day we can devote to family, in particular to children. For believers, Sunday is the day to live faith fullest. Sunday, also a day for friends, culture, sports, a day to spend time together. Sunday defines the values, culture, and roots of our Western European society. I support a campaign launched by the European Sunday Alliance in order for the European social pillar to recognize and observe the value of Sunday. Now, it may be useful to recall that work is for man and not man for work. Very interesting interview. And yes, politicians pushing Sunday rest and trying to quote the Bible to do so. But you know what's really wild? He wasn't trying to quote the Bible. He was quoting the Catholic Catechism, the chapter for society, social justice. Right, pretty wild. Catholic politician. What about February 18, 2018? This is another European Sunday Alliance interview transcribed at the EU Parliament in Brussels. The EU is working on all these things. A directive may finally come out soon. I believe that a campaign for work-free Sunday is part of this vision, new equilibrium, necessary to find a balance in order to avoid work would invade the whole life of a person or a family. Good. Why making a campaign at this EU level? Why? Because if we want to make these changes, if we want Sundays to be dedicated to our own life, family, we must do it at the European level. Only at this level can we make transformation sustainable. That was an interview, his quote. These interviews, they weren't even in English, but yes, politicians pushing Sunday rest internationally in 2000 is commonplace. This is becoming very common. It's prophesied happen, as seen here by Bill Drew Messenger. Protestants, they will work on the rulers of the land. Laws enforcing the observance of Sunday as the Sabbath will bring about national apostasy. Roman Catholic principles will be taken under the care and protection of the state. This national apostasy will speedily follow manuscript release, View and Herald. Yes, Catholics, they're very eager for Sunday rest. You know, they are not ready for that national ruin that follows through the God's protection. Satan moving in to perform his signs and his wonders, the masses to wander after. Wrong delusion. Very unfortunate. Truth is here, just on our eyes. Here's another question. What about labor unions?
Keep watching for the next video in this series.
Let's look at these following keywords.